name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make Pork Chili Verde, otherwise known as green pork chili. Star of the show, I got around a 3-pound piece of pork butt. This one doesn't have a bone in it. And the star of the show here are these different peppers. They have these things called tomatillos. They look like mini green tomatoes, but they're not. I got some Anaheim chilies, a poblano pepper, 3 jalapeno peppers, some garlic. We're going to add some other spices. We're going to simmer this in one pot, which makes it real easy to cook and real easy to clean up. We're going to add some broth, some potatoes during the last hour of the cook just to kind of thicken it up. And if you've never tried this before and you have access to these kind of peppers where you live, I would definitely recommend this. It's super easy and super delicious. So stick around, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is to prepare all the ingredients. And so there's a little bit of prep work involved, but once we got this all done, it's going to be easy. Like I said, it cooks in one pot. You do need a blender just to kind of blend those peppers together with the chicken broth and make this delicious sauce that this chili is going to simmer in. Okay, so for starters, you want some pork butt, okay? This is around a 3-pound pork butt that I got, no bone or anything in there, and we're just going to cut these into little cubes, okay? So nothing that's too difficult here. We're just going to kind of slice into these and cut them into little cubes. So let me do that real quick, guys, and I'll come back and show you how it should look, and then I'll also show you what we need to do with the peppers, the tomatillos, onion, all that other good stuff. So give me a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, so this is how it should look when you're done. In 2 pieces, not like super small pieces, just like you're, cooking, slicing up beef for beef chili. This is going to shrink a little bit when you cook it, and it's okay to leave a little fat on it. That's going to add some flavor. I did take the liberty of some really big unrendered fat pieces, kind of threw those away when I was slicing this up. Alright, so we'll get ready to saute this in a Dutch oven, but in the meantime, let me show you all the peppers. Alright, so this is the remainder of the ingredients with the exception of some spices and some chicken stock. And I have 1 onion, which I'm going to slice up and saute with the pork. But other than that, these are all the ingredients. So we have some Anaheim chilies. We have the tomatillos. I have 3 jalapenos, a poblano pepper. I have some garlic cloves and some cilantro. All this here is going to go into a blender and be blended into a sauce that goes into the chili with some chicken stock. So we don't need to chop these down into fine pieces. You can just do rough pieces because the blender will take care of the rest. The main thing I want to show you are these tomatillos. If you haven't had any experience with them, they look like mini green tomatoes. These are kind of small. I guess it's that time of year. We just rolled into November. They come with a little skin on them like this. And all you have to do here is kind of peel that skin off, as you can see. And underneath is where you're going to get that little green tomato looking thing. They are a little sticky, so when you get them all peeled, you want to take a minute to kind of rinse them under water. And we're just going to cut these in halves or maybe quarters to throw into the blender. So I'm going to get busy chopping all this up. I'll kind of give you an idea how it looks like. Like the jalapenos here, you want to get rid of the seeds. That's going to add some heat. If you like a little heat, leave some seeds in. Same thing, these aren't particularly hot, these other 2 peppers, but de-seed to your liking, okay? Typically, the more seeds you leave in it, a little bit more spicier it's going to get, okay? So that's it, guys. I'm going to take a few minutes here. We'll get all these things peeled. I'll get them all rinsed off. We'll start to chop up these peppers, and I'll be back in a little bit when everything's done just to kind of show you how everything looks like. Be back in a minute. Alright, so these are the spices I already measured out and put on a plate. I'm going to leave all the full measurements down below in the video description. Obviously you're going to need salt and pepper as well. But we got 2 teaspoons of dry oregano. We got 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. We got a half a teaspoon of coriander and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That's it. I'm going to put that aside. We'll get busy slicing up these peppers. Alright, so here's everything chopped up that we're going to blend up. We quartered up those tomatillos. All the peppers, jalapenos, Anaheims, and poblano have been cubed up. You don't have to go super small. We did leave a few seeds in just for a little heat. Around 6 or 7 garlic cloves and the cilantro. We also want to get around 2.5 to 3 cups of chicken stock, and we're going to blend this all together in a blender till it's nice and creamy, and we're going to add that to the mixture. But first, let's go over, check out that pork. We're going to get it seasoned up with all those spices. Alright, so I have a Dutch oven here that I'm heating up around 2 tablespoons of oil on the bottom. We want to get it nice and hot, and we're just going to saute this pork. Now this isn't completely necessary. I just think it adds some flavor. So once this is nice and heated up, we're just going to do that for around 5 minutes on one side, and then we'll go ahead and turn them over. We just want to add a little bit of browning to this pork, as well as some nice flavors that are going to kind of end up on the bottom of this pan, because we're going to cook everything in this one pot here. It's going to make it very delicious. So be careful to drop it in. You can hear it start to sizzle now. Around 5 minutes, guys. So let me finish doing this, and I'll be back in around 5 minutes. Alright, it's been around 4 to 5 minutes. I did kind of throw all the pork in here. I know it's a little crowded, but all we're trying to do is to brown the meat a little bit. And like I said before, you don't even need to do this step. You can just throw in the pork raw. It'll come out fine. I just think going this extra step adds some flavor. So now we're just going to kind of stir it a little bit. Some of those pieces are kind of sticking a little bit. There we go. Just kind of turn it around. If you see some raw pieces, flip them over. We'll continue to cook this for around another 5 minutes or so. And as you noticed, I haven't seasoned anything. I don't want to put salt on this yet because it's going to draw more moisture out. We're going to add salt in around 5 to 6 minutes, but we're going to continue to let this just simmer a little bit, brown a little bit. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to add 1 chopped up onion. I have a white onion. Yellow onion can work. Just pour that right on top. And now I'm going to add a little bit of salt now. I always use the kosher salt, so we'll quickly sprinkle a little bit of salt in there now. Probably like half a teaspoon maybe. There we go. Alright. We're going to stir this. We're going to just do this probably another 4 or 5 minutes. We'll just wait for those onions to kind of get a little translucent. Give them a little head start on the cooking. Kind of let those flavors come together. Alright, so here the pork is simmering. You can see the onions are definitely starting to get a little translucent here. This is just what we need. And like I said before, we're not trying to cook this all the way. We're just trying to add some flavors here. So now we're going to season up. Those are the spices I showed you earlier. This is where all this flavor is going to start to come together right now, and it's going to start to fill the house up with a delicious aroma. Alright, it's going to become very fragrant. So now we're going to stir these in. We're going to reduce it down to low, and just let everything simmer. Oh, I can already smell it.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good. Okay, so I'm going to let this simmer now. It's on the lowest setting I can get. I'll meet you over at the blender. We'll blend everything together. And this is almost done, guys. Other than adding some potatoes at the end. Like I said, super easy. It's only going to take a couple hours. Dinner will be served. I'll show you guys how to blend everything up right now. Alright, so you want to get your blender. We're going to add everything in the blender here. So we're going to start with the tomatillos. Whoops, spilling a little here. I rinsed them off really well. We're going to add the garlic cloves. And you can throw them in a hole like that. Just make sure that they're, taken out of the outside. What do you call that? The paper? I don't even know what to call that. We're going to add the peppers. It's going to be a tight squeeze. Okay. We're going to add the cilantro. And now if you have someone in your family that doesn't like cilantro, Don't do the cilantro. All right. And now we're going to add around 2.5 cups of stock. I did 3 here because I'm going to save a little just in case we need to add some after we kind of put everything together. So leave around 1/2 cup. We do need some liquid. All right, I'm going to leave that, guys. Let me get it over on the blender here. We'll get this blended up. This is going to be delicious. Man, I can smell that cilantro. Ooh, I love cilantro. All right, meet you over at the blender here in a second. All right, it's in the blender. What we're going to do now is we're going to pulse it for around, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds just to get the main stuff down, and then we'll hit it on high just to kind of get everything into a nice, consistent base here.
I'm going to use my tamper here because this will really help blend it all up. Oh, I love these Vitamixes.
Yeah,
Love what they said is a Vitamix.
See how those flavors come together?
We need to raise the...
Alright, now, be careful when you turn it high. You don't want it to...
No, I'm not going to turn it on high. Okay, see it's all blended?
Now we want to kind of blend it until everything's liquefied.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn it up so it'll make it a little loud for a second.
Put the top on it.
I am.
Alright, I don't want to...
No, I know.
Here we go. Let's go.
There we go.
Alright, here it is. Look at how beautiful green this is. Unfortunately, it's not going to stay this green. As it heats up, it's going to slowly turn into more of a olive green. But look at how fragrant and green this looks. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to stir everything together. And then we're going to bring it up to a boil just to get everything, simmering. And then we're going to reduce heat and let it simmer for around an hour. 45 minutes to an hour. We just want everything to kind of come together. We want to now start cooking everything. Make sure the pork, the onions, those peppers, those peppers are raw. So we just want everything to kind of simmer, have this sauce come together. So we'll bring it up to a boil, reduce heat to like a medium-low simmer. And yeah, we'll be back in around 45 minutes to an hour. In the meantime, I'm getting thirsty, guys. I'll meet you downstairs at the bar for a drink. Alright, before I head downstairs for a drink, I just wanted to show you, here it is, starting to finally bubble up. We're going to add a little bit more salt at this point. Maybe like a teaspoon. A little bit of seasoning. We'll stir that in, like I said. And one more pinch. There we go. Here we go. So now I'm going to turn this down on medium-low. Give this a good stir. Oh yeah. Look at this. Ooh, I don't want to steam up the camera. Okay. And then I'm just going to put the lid on it, guys. But I'm not going to put it on completely. I'm just going to kind of maybe keep it like that. And yeah, we'll let this go for 45 minutes to an hour. Now I'll meet you guys downstairs. Alright guys, I'm going to try Dare Mighty Things IPA. This is from the Brewing Project out of Eau Claire. Their most famous beer, I think, is Gunpowder IPA. It's a good beer. And this is a hazy Indian Pale Ale with Citra, Mosaic, Sambro, and El Dorado hops. 7.4% alcohol. So that's what I'm having. This is my daughter, Ava Grace, and my son, Kyle.
Hello.
My daughter is trying something new. It's Wonder Water. No sugar added. This is coconut flavor. Antioxidant infused, no artificial sweeteners, and it has electrolytes. So that's what Ava Grace is having. Only 10 calories per serving. All right. Some coconut water.
They call it bye because the second you give it to Ava, it goes bye.
Yeah, bye. And Kyle's trying something from, is it Sprecher?
Yeah.
Sprecher. This is a local craft brewing, more soda thing here in Wisconsin. This is cream soda, fire brewed craft soda made with real honey. So that's what Kyle's having. What's so funny? Because you say bye?
That's
pretty much
No,
it.
you pour it and then just the whole thing goes by.
Because you gotta drink it all. Alright, so I'll shake that up for you. We'll put it in there for you. I got a straw for you as well, even Grace.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm trying not to laugh.
Alright. Oh, that looks like a cream soda.
I would hope.
Nice color. Well, the color. Sometimes the colors are different.
And Mom said it smelled really good.
Yeah, and this brewing project, they have a brewery down in Eau Claire. They have a place where you can go try their beers. I want to go there, but it's probably around a 40-minute drive from where I live here, so I don't get down to Eau Claire as much as I would like to. Although that's the closest thing to a big city we have around here. And so I tend not to go unless I need to get something. All right, nice and hazy color, nice head. Oh, it smells very hoppy. Cheers. It's not that funny, Eva Grace. Come on. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Come on. Let's cheers to our viewers. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right. Let's give it a sample. Tell us, everyone, what we think. Ooh, very hoppy, but very fruit flavorful at the end. Definitely hoppy, but not as bitter as some other strong IPAs I've had. I think having that bitterness kind of sliced down a little bit with the sweetness of the fruity flavor, it's like tastes like tangerine and oranges to me. But a very flavorful beer for sure. All right. Eva Grace, how is your water? Buy water, coconut water, right?
Yeah.
Can you taste the coconut?
So I don't even know because I know there's, in compare of other drinks, there's
Well, they make a few different kinds.
Compared to other drinks like that or coconut, I think this one's pretty cool because it has it says it's Wonder Water, so it's kind of like flavored water.
Yeah.
And it's coconut water, so I think that's really cool.
And having electrolytes in it too would probably help you quench your thirst a little bit.
I really like how they got creative and they made it be coconut flavor because not all drink brands choose coconut.
Yeah,
usually just the basic flavors.
Yeah, I never think I've heard of a coconut flavored water.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you never heard of a coconut.
No, is that something you would have again, or?
Yeah, I'd have this again. This is really good.
All right, and Kyle, your Sprecher cream soda, fire brewed craft soda. How's that taste?
So it's good. I was surprised. I smelled it didn't have a smell to it, and it's a lot more. I would say light than typical cream soda because usually it's very syrupy kinda, and it's more thick. But I would say this is really light for a cream soda, and maybe even I'd say maybe even a little more watery compared to a normal cream soda. But it's still good. I do like this, and
would you have that again, or would you prefer other cream sodas that you tried?
I'm sure I'd have this again.
Okay. Well, Sprecher makes some good stuff. They make
everyone loves Sprecher out here.
They make a root beer. They make an orange. What are the flavors?
I think the grape one. I think we did an apple one or something.
Yeah, I mean they make probably a dozen different kinds of flavors, sodas, and they're all pretty high end. It's not like your generic stuff. So it's kind of like a little craft soda we have here in Wisconsin.
Guess what, Daddy? No empty cup.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I said
cheers
no
again,
empty
guys.
cup. There isn't, and it's not empty.
Cheers to our viewers. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. I'm going to enjoy this. We're going to let that simmer upstairs. I'll meet you upstairs in around an hour. We'll give it a stir. We're going to add some potatoes. Yeah, and we're just about ready for dinner. Thanks again for stopping by. Cheers. All right. Meet you guys upstairs in a little bit. All right, we got around, I think, 1.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes chopped in kind of not super small sizes, but just enough to add some consistency to this. So, yeah, let's check this out. Oh, look at this. Simmering nicely. Ooh. Alright, we still gotta add the potatoes, but what I'm gonna do here right now is let's kind of give this just a little taste. See if we need to season it. Just take a little bit like that. Alright. Ooh. Boy, that is good. Okay. I think it's good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add those potatoes right here. So let me slowly and carefully add these in. And yeah, we're going to let these simmer for probably 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the size and the amount of potatoes. But the first thing we have to do before we determine that is we're going to stir this in. And we want to have enough liquid in this. Okay, and you know what? These potatoes are going to soak up some of that liquid. So what I'm going to do here, we got a couple extra cups of chicken broth. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it. Let me see. I just want it. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I think when we bring this up to a simmer and these potatoes kind of soften up, there's going to be a little bit of a thickness added to this as it settles down. But yeah, look at this. Wow. But one thing I am going to add is some ground black pepper. So let me just sprinkle some of that on here. There we go, just a little bit. Alright. Give that a stir in. And I'm just going to let this simmer for, like I said, 20 to 40 minutes. Once it gets up to a little bit of a simmer, obviously got to turn the heat up a little bit to get to that point. But yeah, don't add any more salt until you give it a taste test. Because you got to be careful. You can always add salt, but you can't take it out. So don't keep adding salt until you've had a chance to taste it. But I think with these potatoes soaking up the salt that was in there, it was perfectly seasoned. So I left it alone. Let's see how it tastes. And I don't know, another 20 to 30 minutes. I'll set it like that. We'll get it up to a simmer. Be back shortly. All right, let's check it out, guys. Ooh. Wow, look at this. So, before you do anything, give it a quick sample. See if it needs more seasoning. Take a little bit right there. No. It's good. I'm going to check on the potatoes. I think they're fine. Let me try that piece right there. Man, the flavor is off the charts. Okay. Alright, welcome back, guys. It's actually the next morning. I was having some camera problems last night, so I've had this sitting in the fridge overnight. I'm just reheating it now so we can kind of taste it on camera. We did have some, obviously, last night, and boy, was it delicious. You can see here, the pork is kind of broken down a little bit, but the potatoes are still in good shape. I just don't want to cook them too much and turn them mushy. And based on the kind of consistency you want, you can add some water or a little bit more broth. I'd only just say be cautious with the broth because it does have salt in it and you don't want to make it too salty. So taste it.
I think low sodium is a good option of when you do broth too, if you can get a low sodium broth.
Yeah, but we've already put several cups of broth in there, and yeah. I think just like hot water, stir it in. Now, in this kind of consistency, this is good. You can make burritos, you know, stuff like that, or just eat it out of the bowl, which we're going to be doing right now. But I just wanted you to see the consistency the next day, and now the flavors have had a chance to kind of come together overnight. So anyway, let's dish this out in a couple bowls, give this a taste. All right, here we are. I'm going to dish some out here. Give us a sample. I like the potatoes kind of being a little bit bigger. You can kind of take them apart with your fork. It's so tender. Look at that guy. said, if you want it a little more liquidy, you can obviously add some broth or water. What I like to do here at this point too is we're gonna put a little bit of cheese on there. This is optional. I don't think the official way they eat this, if you were at a Mexican restaurant, would be with cheddar cheese on it, but we're in Wisconsin, so we're gonna do green chili verde our way. And then take away a little bit of the heat. Kind of just put a dollop of sour cream on top just to kind of stir in. Right?
Yep, a dollop.
A dollop. Alright, we'll do one over here.
Perfect.
Perfect. And then I saved a little bit of that cilantro just to kind of give it a little bit of a fresh green look to it there. Let's put a little bit more right there. I mean, look at this, guys. Wow. Okay, we'll be back. Give this a sample in just a second. There we are. Look at this. All right. I'm going to grab a spoon and my wife will give this a sample in just a second. Welcome back. I'm here with my wife, Monica.
Hey guys.
All right, let's give this a sample
It
here.
smells so good.
Like I said, we tried this last night. It was absolutely delicious.
It was.
Stuff like this always seems to taste better the next day. It just allows all those flavors to kind of come together. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Haven't tried it yet today. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I like how the pork broke up too.
Mmm. Definitely seems to have more flavor than last night, huh?
You know what? You can use this so many different ways too. You can take this and put it, what we're gonna do is burritos, but you can, yeah, you can mix it with scrambled eggs. You can put it in burritos.
Yeah, you can make a burrito on the inside and put some of this on the outside, like a wet burrito. That's gonna be good too. Okay, big piece of potato here.
That's what I just got. The
Still,
green
still a little
chili
bit of
sauce.
firmness, not like mush.
The green chili sauce is amazing.
Yeah, if you have access to get those kind of chilies,
They're
or
pretty.
the Anaheim chilies,
Poblano.
poblano, and
Jalapeno.
obviously jalapenos.
And then you get the tomatillos, of course. But those aren't pepper.
Well, it's kind of, it seems like it's related to the pepper family.
They're in the nightshade family, the tomatillos. They're technically a tomato.
But boy, oh boy. Have you never tried this green chili or pork verde? Goes under a lot of different names.
We took some of the seeds out of it too because we didn't want it too zippy. It's just perfect. There's a little bit of zip, but not too much. We wanted the kids to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, fresh cilantro. Now, like I said, guys, if you can get access to those
This is
peppers,
good.
next time you're at your local store, go through the produce, see if they have those peppers. Even up here in Wisconsin, we easily can get a hold of them at just about any supermarket you go to.
So if we can get a hold of them, I'm sure most places you can get a hold of them.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're in the South, it's more prevalent, you know. There's probably certain places where you can't get it, but
They're probably growing them in the South.
so good, so delicious. I would highly recommend it. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like it, please hit the like button. This logo on my shirt is also the logo on the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, sorry. It allows you to subscribe to my channel. Please do that because it really helps my channel grow. And I'll leave a link above and below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. That's where I have all my videos, recipes, photos, the whole bit. And like I said, if you want to try this yourself, I'm going to have down in the video description the complete directions, ingredients, the whole bit. So
It is so worth the time, and it really isn't that hard because the peppers
No.
are rough chopped, so they're not like you're
yeah, the
dicing.
hardest part is pretty much just prepping everything like you saw, you know, cutting the pork up, sauteing that for a few minutes, and then chopping all the peppers, blend it together with some chicken stock, pour it in.
But I mean, it's so worth
Yeah,
it.
let it simmer a couple hours, fill your house with a delicious aroma, and dinner is served, and it makes great leftovers.
Yeah, it does.
I would highly recommend it.
Do it.
All right, guys, we're going to enjoy this.
Oh my gosh, this is so
We're going to
good.
make some burritos for lunch. Again,
Yeah.
thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, this is good.
Putting that fresh cilantro on top is kind of makes
Kind
it
of.
nice, too.
It's the icing on the cake.
All right.
Here, I was gonna take one bite.
It's too good.
Yeah. All right.
All right, that part's done.